Hi everyone, it's Deez. Today I'd like to share with you this vintage wax stamp seal kit that I purchased quite a while ago. I haven't used it yet, so I thought I would try it on camera. I purchased this on eBay and this particular kit was about $20. And it comes in this box that has been made to look a little bit like a book. And it's just tied together with this ribbon. So let's have a look inside. So inside you get the candles, which when lit will melt the wax. And this particular kit comes with 3 wax sticks in gold, silver and a maroon. You can pick the type of stamp. There are different engravings, and has this spoon. I also purchased another little spoon with a wooden handle. And some little wax pellets in different colours. So I have 2 bags of this. And it has pinks and silvers and golds, metallics. There's a bronze, beautiful metallic teal colour, white, reds and browns, all sorts of colours. So I'd like to practice using my wax seal. So let's get organised. Just going to put this to the side here. I have some paper because I don't want to make a mess. Take the candle out. I'm just going to practice on this piece of cardboard. There's the design, my stamp, and it says love. Might lay that down. Now I think I'll practice with the little pellets of wax. Now this modern wax that you use these days is made from a mixture of wax, resin and shellac, which is basically what hot glue is made out of, the glue sticks. But back in the day, they used beeswax. So I think I'm going to use this one because it looks pretty. Light the candle. I'm going to start with maybe a pale colour, which will be the pink. To place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the idea with the sticks is that you would just break how much you need off, I guess. So I'm just going to hold this up over the flame. You can get the kits where the spoon sits in a frame with the candle under it, so you don't have to hold it, but I don't know, I think you get a bit more control this way, and as you can see it's already starting to melt. I was doing just a little bit of reading about the stamp seals, and some of the earliest were seen in the 4th millennium BC. So they've been around for a long time. And of course, they were used to seal letters, and of course later, much later, envelopes. Now this pink is, as it's melting, you can see there's a pearlescent pearlescence to it. It's slightly metallic. It's very pretty. And this hasn't taken too long to melt. So I'm just going to wiggle this around. I've been wanting to use these for so long now. I always thought that you could only buy vintage, very, very old stamp sets. I didn't realise you could buy them modern looking vintage stamp sets online. Just going to make sure it's all melted. So, as I said earlier, this is the very first time I'm using one, so you have to excuse me if I'm not doing it right. Okay, so let's just move this over. And I'm guessing it'll cool down fairly quick as well. Okay, that didn't turn out. I think I used too much wax. So let's just wait for a few more seconds and see if I can it's not working. Maybe I have to wax the stamp so that it's not sticking on there. Or maybe it's the type of wax I'm using. Well, that's no good. It looks nice. I wonder if I can these wax stamps were used as a form of authenticity, similar to the way we see our personal signatures today. And if the wax seal to a letter was broken, you couldn't trust the authenticity, because everybody had their own wax seal, or stamps I should say, stamp seal. So there's a lot of history behind these. Now I'm going to pour it and let it sit for a little bit this time. Of course I held the spoon a little bit too close to the flame, so it's turned a little bit black underneath. But that's okay because I have another spoon. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. It's still quite hot. I can see I'm going to have to do some reading. Perhaps this wax over here is better quality. So let me know if you've used wax seals in the past, and maybe you can give me some tips on how to use them. Now please don't stick. Okay, so that worked better, but I think I waited a little bit too long, but that's better than over here. That's pretty cool. So let's just heat this up again. Try not to touch the flame this time. I like that. I'll have to get my initials and get that put on a new stamp. Just going to pour the rest out. this Christmas card to be sent out to someone, and I'm going to try and seal the envelope. I'm hoping it's going to work because I don't have another envelope. So I think I'm going to use a red. And I'm not going to use so much this time. I think I'll just use 3, maybe 2. 2 might be enough. I better use 3, just don't want to have too little. I don't have to use it all. So the spoon's still quite hot. I've been looking at the different stamps that you can get, and there's butterflies and bees, and all sorts of things, little love hearts. You can get your initials put on a stamp, a tree of life, birds, all sorts of things. Now, I think this one's going to look nice. This Christmas red to go on the back of the envelope. And to make sure it's all melted through, there's still a little bit to go. Swirl it around. Maybe the different colours react differently to the heat. This one seems to be taking longer to melt. It's very relaxing and calming to do though. Okay, I think that's about it, just a little bit more. Don't want any big lumps in there. Okay, cross your fingers. I'm just going to pour some. Just let it sit there for a moment. There's a little bit of an air bubble. Could probably get rid of that if I had a pin handy. This one's very pigmented. Should I try? I'm a little bit scared that it's going to stick on the stamp. If that didn't work, maybe I'm going to leave it there for a little bit. I think you have to find the balance of the right time when to stamp it. Hopefully that's going to stick back down. Yes, it did. Phew. Just says love. So I probably could have gotten away with putting all of the wax on. But I'm happy with that. I think I'll do one more. Just place this over here and I'm going to use the other spoon. Choose just the silver one, metal one. This is quite heavy, but hopefully it won't get too hot because the entire spoon is metal. If it does, I won't be using this anymore. So this card, I made this card. I made the other one too, but this one will be for my mum's birthday. Which is in October. And I would like to use maybe a purple. Actually, maybe I'll use the green. This is a sort of a teal green. Place that ready, and let's hope that the handle doesn't get hot, just in case it does. I'm prepared. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This spoon isn't as deep. They start melting reasonably quickly. we were using seals rather than signatures, what would you have as your seal? I would probably use a symbol of some sort. Okay, so I don't think you could put more than 3 of those little pellets in at a time. I can't jiggle this one around too much. But it's coming up a beautiful colour. Surprising how much heat the candle flame has. I think there's just a little bit left in the middle. It's hard to tell. I think next time I do this, I'll use a toothpick to stir it, just to make sure that it's melted evenly. It doesn't really smell of anything. You can see it's getting hot, so I'm just going to try it like it is. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. Yeah, that one's quite hot. And I'm making a complete mess of it. I think Mum will forgive me. I have some spare white envelopes, luckily, so this one seemed quite runny compared to the red wax. Now, so that turned out not too bad, other than the mess that I've made. Just going to get another piece of paper and do one more. Here we go. I'm liking this one. I'm going to try just using what wax is left in the spoon. one's not going to be enough. Maybe it is. It's oozing on the sides. Just going to leave that there for a little bit. You could try mixing some of these colours. So if you wanted a lighter purple, you could maybe add white to it. Okay. Could have done with a little bit more wax on this side, so anyway, I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to practice more. But I like how this one turned out. Love. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Take care everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.